Hey guys, I'm Matt. On this channel, we talk about stocks, investing, and personal finance from the point of view of my own financial journey. In this video, we're going to talk about NIO. I'm going to tell you how I think about it, whether I think it's a buy, whether I don't think it's a buy, and then I'm going to show you my weekly portfolio update. So NIO is an electric car maker that's stationed in China. And right now, they only sell vehicles in China. Although they have offices in the US and other places, primarily their business is only done in China. We're going to talk about that in a second. So they have three main vehicles as of right now that they are producing and selling in volume. There is the EC6, which is their coupe. There's the ES8, their pricier SUV option. And then there's their ES6, which is their smaller but more affordable SUV option. And before we go any further, I just want to clear one bias out of the way. I do have a bias against this, and it's not Tesla. It's just that I'm pretty skittish about investing in Chinese stocks. Now, it's not what you think. Trust me. I have nothing against China itself at all. But it's the thing is, all right. So when you invest in a company, when you research stocks, you need to know everything about the business in order to know whether it's a good investment or not, right? That's what you do. You research stocks. Well, I mean, as I said earlier, NIO only does business in China as of right now. They have plans to expand, but as of right now, they have not. I am not Chinese. I don't speak Chinese. I don't understand Chinese. I don't know anything about Chinese economics. I don't know anything about Chinese law. I don't know anything about any of that. Now, that's not anything bad against NIO itself, but I mean, if I'm doing research and their entire market is in China, I'm not going to be able to easily look at forums and stuff and read user opinion unless I suddenly learn Chinese. That's a problem. I mean, if you're watching this video right now and you understand Chinese and you don't work for NIO, see, that's a problem too, is, yeah, all the stuff that NIO is presenting is translated to English, but like, I want to hear stuff that's not directly from NIO. I want to hear user opinion from different third parties. If you're watching this video and you understand Chinese and you don't work for NIO, I want to hear your opinion on the company. And the next part that's concerning is that, and this has nothing to do with NIO itself, but it's just that, so Chinese law prevents audit paper from leaving China, which means that the U.S. regulators cannot audit Chinese companies that run on the New York Stock Exchange. And I don't like that. Like, I want to be able, like, if a company is going to list themselves on the New York Stock Exchange, they should be open to an audit. And the fact that U.S. regulators can't audit them, like, that means that we are expected to believe NIO's word in everything it says. Now, I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying that, I mean, I don't like that. That leaves a skittish taste in my mouth. I don't like that. Which leads me to the third thing in the same article here. This is an article from DW. There is a bill that Congress passed. Both houses of Congress passed. And is sitting on Trump's desk right now. And he is expected to sign it into law. Any foreign company, and this is directly at China, but it says any foreign company that does not comply with U.S. oversight of financial audit. So any company that's on the stock exchange that does not comply with an audit is going to get delisted. That includes NIO. So and NIO doesn't have a choice in the matter. Audit papers can't leave China. If I invested in NIO and this law passes and NIO can't comply, it's going to get delisted, so I'm going to lose my holdings. This already leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But anyways, I'm going to go back to NIO, but I just wanted to go over that bit of cognitive bias that I have right now. So I got to say, outside of this nastiness, I really do like the company. So for the first couple of years since its inception, it's been bleeding money, and it's still bleeding money right now. I think I did a calculation. So in 2018, when they first started making revenue, I think the gross profit, is negative 5.16. And in 2019, I think we're looking at negative 15.32% profit margin. I mean, not good, not good. And I mean, if you look at a year-to-date chart, yeah, like they've been trading like shit forever. I mean, until very recently. I mean, we're talking on a yearly basis. I mean, dropping assets, jumping up in liabilities, jumping up in debt. I mean, this is not a very good balance sheet. And cash flow, yeah. Their business is bleeding money. I mean, they said that right in their 20F, which is like the foreign version, which is a version of 10K that, foreign companies fill out. They were bleeding out. Like they were losing a lot of money, but so was Tesla when they first started out. Now, all of that changed in the last couple of quarters. So in Q2, they actually had a gross margin. Now, they're still losing money from operations, but the point is that their revenues are now beating their cost of revenue. So they're actually having an actual positive gross margin. And that got even better last quarter. So it's appearing as if, according to NIO, like they're starting to kick ass these past few quarters. So what I'm saying is that financially, it's looking like things are beginning to come together for the car maker. And if we look at their balance sheet, now this is from their third quarter, their latest quarterly report. That's where I'm getting all this from. Now this is in I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that. It's in their Chinese currency. So they went from 14.5 in December the 31st, 2019 to 34.3 in total assets. And then look at their cash, 862,000 to 19.3 million. Between last year and now, like they're starting to kick ass. And if we compare their assets to their liabilities, they actually finally have more assets than liabilities, which is, I mean, NIO is doing something right. They didn't really show a cash flow statement with their quarterly results, but according to Stephen Wei Feng, they've achieved positive cash flow, operating cash flow for the second quarter in a row. And there's also another thing I really like about the business. I want to talk about this battery pack right here. Now, one thing I really like about NIO is their battery and charging solutions. That's when I was reading their 20F, I thought this was a really cool thing. So a lot of people, they live in apartments and stuff, and they can't easily just like charge their cars in their homes, especially if they live on the second or third or fourth story, right? Well, if you buy a car from a NIO dealership, they will come to your home or come to your apartment, and they will set up a charging solution for you at your place of residence, apartment, or house. And not only that, they have an automated battery swapping stations where you can drive your car up, and in less than 3 minutes, they will take out your drain battery, replace it with a charge battery, and you can be on your way. That is some pretty forward-thinking shit, and I gotta say, I'm on board with that. Now, looking at their various statistics, their price of sales is high, their price of book is high. The enterprise value over their EBITDA is negative since they have a negative EBITDA. Their numbers are high, but then again, I mean, so is Tesla's. But then again, you're not exactly looking at, NIO for a value play, are you? So what do I think about NIO so far? I mean, I kind of like it. Now, I am still very skittish about investing in a country I don't know anything about a business that I can't see. I can't really gauge customer opinions. I can't really gauge the populace's opinion, what other people think about NIO in China, because I can't understand the language. And I know there's some things that are translated in English, but the stuff I'm really looking for is probably not translated into English. I'm also very nervous about investing in a stock that might get delisted. Like it or not, that is a very real possibility. I mean, they're going to sign it. I mean, Trump is going to sign that thing into law. He's expected to. Well, he might not. I mean, he's a pretty spontaneous guy, to say the least, but he's probably going to sign it into law. And once that happens, they either have to submit to an audit or get delisted. But the company itself, I really like. It seems like a company that's performed very poorly, but is sort of starting to get its groove this year. And I'm going to continue watching the stock very closely to see if that groove continues. I'm not done reviewing the stock. I still have a lot more shit to look over before I come to a conclusion. I don't even know if it's trading at like $44. I don't even know if that's a good price or not. I think it is, but I don't know yet. But anyways, that's how I feel. Now, let's take a look at my portfolio. It has dropped since last week, but I haven't really done anything. The only move I made was every half month I drop $400 flat in ARK, no matter what price it is. And that's because it's an ETF, and I want to continue building this to like $3,000 and $4,000, and just letting it sit and let the ETF do its thing. But so far, I'm really impressed with ARK and its performance since I dropped, my money into them. Cloudera is slowly coming around. We're at 23.53%. Tapestry, it's coming. It's slowly blossoming. We're at 119.97%. Revolve is finally coming around. It reported some pretty good earnings last time, but, you know, investors got so skittish about the slight, you know, miss in revenue. But now it's, you know, we're back to 103% gains. And we are up to a 30.64% overall gain and over a 7,000 unrealized gains. I think we're doing pretty well with this portfolio so far. As far as my future plans, other than watching NIO, I don't have any moves I want to make to this stock. Like my portfolio is set. I know it's not exciting, especially when you're a content creator, but I mean that when you're into long-term value investing, I mean a lot of it is boring. Most of it is just sitting and waiting. Anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.